Hey everyone, it's Ramon, and welcome to America Reads Fun Learning Activities. Our fun activities focus on topics such as science, health, history, and even the arts. For this week, we are going to learn about origami. Now, using our vocabulary words, try and guess what fun activity we're doing today. Our first vocabulary word is paper. Now, paper is this material made from wood that's often used for writing and drawing. Our second vocabulary word is fold. Now, a fold is when a piece of paper is turned over on itself. Our third vocabulary word is patience. And patience is the ability to solve problems without getting angry or upset. Our fourth vocabulary word is problem solving. Now, problem solving is the ability to solve issues. Now, were you able to guess what fun activity we're doing today? That's right, we are going to learn about what origami teaches you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our second activity. For today's activity, we will be making origami jumping frogs. Whoop. And there they go. For this activity, you will need scissors and a piece of construction paper. Go find your favorite color of construction paper and then let's get started. Got your piece of paper? Awesome! Let's get started. So first we need to get a square piece of construction paper. We can do this by taking the corner of your paper and folding it up and across to the other side of the paper. When you do this, you want to make sure you have a straight line here and that this edge lines up with the edge of your paper. We're not going to fold here, but we can pinch where we found the good edge and we're going to cut across the paper. And now we have a square. Now I'm gonna switch to the orange square because orange is my favorite color. All right, so let me just move these. We don't need them. All right, are you ready for the next step? Awesome. We are going to now fold the paper in half. Like that. And then you can use your fingernail to crease it. Next, we're going to take a corner and bring it to the edge of the paper. Like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Try and get the corners to match up best that you can. There we go. Now we're gonna do it on the other side. Same thing. And then it starts to look like this. Are you ready for the next part? Awesome! The next part's a little weird. We're gonna pinch the edges of our corners together like this, and then bring the top and flatten everything down. So pinch the sides and then flatten everything down. Like that. Let me show you again as we do this on the other side. So we pinch the edges, and then we want these two triangles to go in, while this top triangle folds down on top. Like that. If you're having trouble, be sure to ask an adult or older sibling around you. Now, what is next, you may be wondering? Well, we are going to fold each of these corners up to the top, like this. And we'll do the same on the other side. So now we have this sort of square on top and these smaller squares underneath. We're gonna continue to do more folds with these little corners. We're gonna make sure that this edge lines up with this edge of our triangle here. We're going to fold across like this. Let me show you again on this side. You take the corner and you want this line to line up with this line when you fold over. So we see how this line is lining up with this, and then we make the fold. And then press down hard so that it folds nicely. All right, we're gonna do the same with this side. Okay, and now, are you ready for the next step? Awesome! The next step is to flip this over. And we are going to fold up one of the edges to create the bottom of the frog. So we'll fold up like that. So you took the bottom corner where a leg was, either side, and you fold up the corner. The next part is to take one of the corners on the edge and bring it to the middle so that we have a straight line here and it folds to the top. We'll do the same on the other side. Can you tell what this is starting to look like? It does kind of look like a frog, doesn't it? Okay, we're almost at the end. This next part is so that the frog can jump. We're going to take our entire frog and fold him in half. Like that. Then we're going to take the bottom half and fold it in half again. Like that. And so now, when we fold, it sort of creates an accordion pattern. We got fold here and a fold here. He looks a little bit smushed right now, but that's what we want. And you gotta press really hard for this part. Okay? So now, what you do is you press down on the top part of the fold, and then the frog will jump. Whoop. Sometimes it looks a little weird, and you may have this bottom part sticking out a bit. you can just take the top parts and fold them on top of that bottom part. So let's try that again. There we go. So now your frog jumps. Woo. All right, now to learn some cool facts about origami. Paper was first invented in China around the year 105 AD, and then was later brought to Japan by monks in the 6th century. During this time, paper was a luxury, which meant it was available to only very few people. And so it was only used for very important events, such as religious ceremonies. However, during the Edo period of Japan, which was from the years 1603 to 1868, paper became something that was used for fun as well as something that was used for religious ceremonies. And so the art of paper folding, or origami, has now been used for fun activities and for important ceremonies. Now, great job with today's activity, and back to Ramon.
Thank you, Rachel, for that superb activity. So now that you all know a little bit more about origami, let's talk about what origami taught you. Let's begin to unfold these new ideas, starting with the idea of problem solving. We mentioned it earlier as one of our vocabulary words, but here it was put to use, because during these origami activities, there might have been times where you didn't know how to use or do a fold. So you had to try different things to get the paper right, and that's okay, because then you got it. Another big idea worth talking about is patience. Origami takes time, and it's important to do these folds correctly and effectively. Another big idea here is the idea of spatial awareness, meaning the ability to move objects in 3D and how to fold them and how to move them around. So now that you know a little bit more about what origami taught you, here's a really interesting fun fact. So I have this plain piece of white paper here, and you cannot fold this piece of paper more than 7 times, at least without the help of any heavy machinery. Here, I'll show you. Our first fold. Our second fold. Our third fold. Our fourth fold. Here we have our 5th fold now. Things are getting a little tough. Going into our 6th fold. And now 7th. This is the one that takes quite a bit of force. You see, I barely got it here, like that. So without the help of heavy machinery, I can't get this to the 8th fold. If only there was a way we could get that 8th fold. I have an idea. All right, so this is my big idea. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this paper right here, ready for the 8th fold, underneath this chair. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop this chair onto this piece of paper and see what happens. Let's try it. Is everyone ready for this? Here goes nothing. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to that 8th fold, but that's okay. That's a task for yet another day. We are incorporating that sense of patience we learned earlier. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for learning with us today. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell button to know when we upload our next video, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.